Bonjour. Comment ça va?
Ça va bien, merci. We are in Paris right now.
I just have one job.
So we are in Paris right now. It's our first day, and it's the first time in Paris for David.
Hey.
And it's my third time, but I'm still so excited. So yeah, we're gonna go out, gonna go have some breakfast, and then see how Notre Dame looks like now, and go visit the museum, ask
When it's free.
yeah, when it's free, and then Tuileries Garden. Then we walk down to, I think, Place de la Concorde, and probably Champs-Élysées, and then probably Eiffel Tower too.
Les Champs-Élysées.
So yeah, okay, let's go. We just had our breakfast. Woo! We're going to Notre Dame. We're walking, and it's very cold.
Yeah. I think that I will buy some shirts.
Yeah.
I will spend a lot of money. You know, spending money
Yeah.
makes me happy. It's so stupid.
Look at all that mood. So we're inside the Louvre Museum now. Apparently it's free for...
Apparently no, it's free.
It's free if you're staying in the EU, in one of the EU countries, and you're under 26. So that's fun. Where do you want to go first?
Like the public museum.
Yeah. Okay. Well, which one do you want to go to first? Okay. It's me asking mom and dad for money. Huge painting. Who knew that this famous important painting, Napoleon crowning his queen, was painted by no other than our very own David. David, you painted that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say my name.
Yeah. How long did it take you?
Like 2 years. You know?
We're pretty much done with what we wanted to see. Now we're super tired and we're super hungry. We're just gonna walk down the Tuileries Garden to Place de la Concorde and eat.
Champs-Élysées.
Yes, eat somewhere at Champs-Élysées. And that's pretty much it. How do we exit? See, the Eiffel Tower is there. This part of the Tuileries, and there. Yeah, we're freezing. But you can see the Arc de Triomphe there. Can you see that? Way ahead.
Oh, is that one?
Yeah. So that's Place de la Concorde, and then it's Arc de Triomphe. This is what I was talking about, like with Regina and all too, remember? I was like, you just have to keep going along the river and everything just is there on either side of the river. Like we went from Notre Dame to Louvre, and then you just keep walking straight, and everything is just like connected. That's one of the reasons why I like Paris. During summer, like all the trees are like still green, and you know there are flowers everywhere.
The two times that you came was in summer,
Yeah.
so you see now it's different.
Yeah, it's different. So
That's good.
yeah, this is my first time in Paris during winter.
That's another reason for
Yeah.
your Paris.
Exactly.
But in the streets, like randomly.
Oh,
like,
randomly, definitely Hindi more. There are more because
But have you like ever listened randomly Misu, for
No.
example, here or something or anywhere?
not
Apart
in
from
Europe.
Sorry. In Europe you have listened Hindi.
Yeah, there are so many Indians. Indians are like everywhere. So
But Misu people is also Indian and you haven't heard it.
yeah, because we're a minority group.
Yeah.
Yeah, and plus, no, so because we're so less, nobody really speaks the language outside
You
your
don't
hometown.
reproduce that fast as the other Indian.
Yeah, we don't reproduce that fast. I'm literally here in the middle of the street right now, like at a red light. I'm gonna die here because of this guy. Okay, let's go. Oh my god. Okay, David, let's go. We just got kicked out of our Airbnb and now we're going to the cemetery where our writers like Oscar Wilde and Balzac and all that are buried, something I've been wanting to see.
People that I don't know.
Yeah.
But I will. Because you will see.
Yeah. But now there's a huge protest here. So we don't know. I mean, there's a huge strike here. So let's see if the metros are even working.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. And the metro is there, right?
Let's try to get in.
Okay, let's go. So we don't even know if we can take the metro. So the metro to the cemetery were on strike. It wasn't working. So we just decided to go directly to Sacré-Cœur. And we're here and the weather is great. The sun's out. And we're just taking pictures now. David is getting ready.
Yay.
My model. But the sun is out. It's really nice. Because we don't get this in Netherlands.
No, at all.
There's some recording going on here. I don't know what it is, but We're having lunch. We got some new hats. I am all alone now because David had to go to catch his bus to Prague. So I am alone in the streets of Paris. I'm gonna go eat some dinner, and it's just that I'm staying in a hostel and it's like probably not the most comfortable decisions I've ever made. I'm sharing it with 3 other girls and they're already like gonna sleep, and I had to be super quiet, but I kept moving, and obviously I'm not sleepy at all. But yeah, I just needed to get out of there. I was probably disturbing their sleep too, and then now I'll go again and disturb their sleep again, but like I'm leaving tomorrow and shifting to a new place anyway, so yeah. There I was having dinner all by myself in Paris. It's just a part of being an adult and growing up and not having people around you all the time. It's just... Good morning. Bonjour. I'm all alone. I just checked out from my current hostel. I'm going to my next hostel. I don't know if I already spoke about it in the vlog, but the bookings didn't go as planned. I could book only one night and not all 3 nights, so the next 2 nights I'm going to be spending in another hostel. I cannot check in yet, so I'll have to just leave my luggage somewhere there, and then I'll have to go get some breakfast. It's still like just 10, it's gonna be 11, and I think Radhika and I'll arrive at like noon. I'm thinking of going to visit that cemetery now. An old school friend just hit me up too on Instagram saying he's also in Paris, so we might just meet up too. So I'm not sure. But I haven't had breakfast yet. I need coffee and I need to put down this luggage soon. Okay, I just ate, I had coffee and a cake at, no, it was like a pie, like a chocolate pie, and it had like some orange zest in it. It was probably one of the best pie I've had in my life. And the thing is, I usually can't finish one whole, why am I saying one whole? Like I can't finish a piece of pie or any sort of chocolate at once because not a huge fan of sweet stuff, but this one I actually like finished it, and I was finishing the coffee slowly. Otherwise I usually sort of like balance it out with the coffee taste when it gets too sweet, but oh my god, that was one of the best pies I've had. Now I'm on my way to the cemetery, and cemetery, I think. It's beautiful. It's 30 minutes walk, but I thought I might as well walk. I don't want to take the metro. It's just so pretty everywhere. Okay, I've reached. It was a good walk. Like I really enjoyed it. Played music throughout and I just felt the vibe. Now I'm here and I'm gonna look through all these graves. No. It's my 3rd time in Paris, and this is something that I didn't do the last 2 times, so it's gonna be great. I don't know, I guess as a literature student I just wanted to see this place. Also because apart from literature, just being an art student in general, I see it in the movies a lot, and I just want to see Balzac, not Balzac himself, but Balzac's grave, Oscar Wilde and so on. Morrison's. Oscar Wilde's grave is pretty much simple to find. They've kept the glass around it because it's so popular, and the glass has lipstick marks all over it, like kisses from many tourists. The grave is quite interesting though. Like it's quite different. This is such a romantic grave. Oh my goodness. These are hands. The fingers are intertwining with each other. I am back in my hostel. Since I was alone today, that's why I thought of just going and visiting the cemetery. It just made me wonder about a few stuff. I'm just having chips because I'm kind of hungry now. Whoa. This kind of made me think though, like, it was touristy because Oscar Wilde and Balzac and all that were famous and known. So there were a few tour guides that were just seeing the few, like, those famous people tombs. Then I kind of felt bad for the tombs that were around those people's tombs. It's like, oh, what about them? They were the same people. Like the thing, like your legacy lives on, and like these people actually contributed to the work of art, and the other people were just there. And I was just thinking, like, even if they didn't do something like that, they wouldn't have been known either. And I was just thinking, like, here I am, who can barely even meet her deadlines in the university, and I was like, man, I don't know if I'll ever make a legacy out of this. And I noticed, apart from like mostly French, obviously, there were quite a few Asians, mostly Chinese, I think, and they were a little bit more different. They were usually like white, very marbly, compared to the other French ones, which were mostly made out of stone and stuff. And I was just thinking, what about like blacks? And then when I was thinking about that, I just thought of this book called Beloved by Toni Morrison. I might just bore you with this segment, but just a few things that popped up in my head. So in that book, it starts off with this woman who is black, and she is going to bury her baby. And to write her name on the tombstone, she has to like have sex with that guy whose job it is, because she doesn't have enough money to pay him, and each letter costs. So she had to like sell her body so that she could bury her dead baby, and she couldn't even like finish writing it because it was just written Beloved. And I was just like, oh my god, that is so gruesome. It just made me think, like, at first I entered thinking, oh, this is so gothic, like I can't believe I'm coming here because I'm a literature geek, and I started thinking of the whole Mary Shelley thing. And then by the end of it, I just came down to Toni Morrison's Beloved, and I was like, oh, this is so gruesome and nasty. And then I started noticing it's probably the really rich ones who could actually afford getting themselves buried here. And then I started to think about the whole Holocaust and how people had to dig their own graves, or there weren't enough graves during the wars. They had to, whoa. By the end of it, I was like, not a very nice thought. I entered with the whole, romantic and the gothic literature, Mary Shelley, blah blah blah. By the end of it was like, okay, this is not very nice. I entered thinking, okay, this is a tourist spot, it's so pretty, it's so beautiful. And then I started thinking about the graveyards or the cemetery back home, where there'd be like kids or like people doing drugs or drinking near the tombstones. And so I was like, okay, not very pretty or beautiful anymore. Got really tired, and then I was like, okay, time to go home now. I just wanted to rant because I haven't spoken to anybody like the whole day. Like the whole day, I just wanted to rant to the camera because I had no one to talk to the whole day. That's that. The only people I talked to were the waiters at the cafe, and probably this old man who smiled at me and like bonjour, and I was like bonjour. But yeah, I think now I'm gonna be able to socialize a little more by meeting either Radhika or Salil, or both of them. So yeah.
I am finally here. It's
Radhika, I forgot to vlog. We just had dinner. And we're gonna go meet Salil now.
Yeah.
We're gonna go have a few
This was
drinks.
my first metro ride, so
Yeah, first metro ride in Paris. Woo! The metro.
I can't share on your channel.
It's a PG-13 Christian, family-friendly Christian channel.
At least until she turns 25.
But dude,
After
like
that,
when I
we
went
will.
back home, there was this uncle and he was like, "Oh, your YouTube is becoming less family-friendly." And I was like, "Well,
Yes, because I'm going out.
and I have to cut so many parts." I'm here with Radhika. She followed me all the way from LSR till here.
From the college cafe
Yeah.
to the cinema.
Who knew?
Paris.
Yeah.
That's why you didn't vlog.
Hi everyone. So it's the next night, like the next day, because I slept the whole day. I went back home. Hi. Snapping me. I went back home by 5-6 a.m. So I just slept the whole day. And I'm back with Radhika. We just had dinner and now we're gonna have some dessert and some coffee at 10 p.m.
Yeah, and we're both pretty dead yesterday.
Radhika hasn't slept yet because she went all the way to Versailles. So at least I slept, but I don't know how she's still alive right now.
No idea. I'm gonna conk off tonight and sleep.
We're just craving for some sweet stuff, so we are gonna have some coffee and tiramisu, some other chocolate cake, some other cake.
I think this is the fondant thing.
Yeah.
And this is the mousse.
We're trying to not have a long night tonight because one of us hasn't slept and one of us has her bus tomorrow morning. So yeah, I had a very fulfilling trip. I did the same stuff that I did the first 2 times I came to Paris, but I also did like new stuff that I haven't done before, like go to the cemetery. I walked all by myself, tried out new coffee shops or cafe for my Dutch viewers. And what else? Yeah, with different people this time, from all points in my life. Who would have known that Salil from Tagore, from my school Tagore days to LSR, Radhika from LSR College BA days, and with David in my masters in Netherlands. They like all 3 different phases of my life, different people in the same place. So that's cool.
That is pretty cool. Third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm. Can't tell much details, but basically
It was fun.
it was really fun. What was I gonna say?
You can't hear details.
I can't give too much detail, but it was my first time with all different people from my life in Paris. Oh, it was my first time partying in Paris. Who would have thought? 3 years, like back in LSR when we met, who would have thought we'd be partying
In Paris.
Yeah, in Paris, in Bastille, like that was.
It was kind of like, but it was great.
So go live your life.
Yes.
Don't die. Okay, bye.
Girl, you are my fire, all the true desire. Swear I'm not a liar, you should dance with me. You should get to know me.